Matthias, thank you very much for joining me today. I'm really excited to hear your insights on the three questions that we've got for you. So, question one, how do you ensure that you and your teams stay adaptable to changes in the automotive industry?
Yeah, thank you very much first for having me, and thank you for the question, Dan. That's a good one. So we have a lot of changes currently in the automotive industry. So I come from an area where we deliver high voltage batteries to electric powertrains, and you see a lot of going on. I mean, so first of all, obviously the changes, you need to observe the market, and the politics around it and the circumstances. And then, you need to recognize the change. I mean, first, sometimes you're seeing things, and sometimes it's not really clear, is it a change or is it just a one-time occurrence? So the changes can occur in very many dimensions. So market demands could change, technology could evolve, political changes could occur, cultural or economic environment could change, and we see this quite dramatically right now in the downturn of the global demand for electrified vehicles. So despite of all of the ongoing technology improvements and the investments that are being done to really foster the technology, like increase operation range, increase the safety of batteries, decrease the charging times. You see the customers in Europe and US, they are really less interested in buying battery electric vehicles than in the years before. So that's one of the dramatical change that we see right now. So if we just look at the technology, and I know it from my own experience. I mean, for an engineer, it's naturally very easy to adapt to technological changes. The people, they see things on the market, they observe it, they have some kind of a natural curiosity, and they try to understand what's going on and what is required in order to adapt to the changes, meaning be it from a skills perspective, be it from a tools perspective. So and we as leaders and I as a leader and as an organization, you have to create an environment that really helps people to adapt to those innovations, to technology changes on the market. We have to create an environment that even benefits thought leadership, like our people who drive those inventions. They should not really only respond to changes, to technological changes. They also should be able to explore new paths, find creative solutions, and in fact then drive changes, technological changes, in a way that they are not just in their brains, but that will be adapted on the market. So meaning an engineer per se, it should be the person who's not reacting on changes, on technological changes, but should be driving those. On the other side, the changes in politics, culture, and economics are also prone to change the business and the way how we work, or which products or services drive sustainable demand on the market. I mean, everybody has to sell something in order to survive on the market. So we as leaders in our organizations, we should stay focused and be sensitized on changes in those dimensions, culture, economics, politics, and we have to translate the impact that we're seeing on our business and to our work and seeing on our business, this to the teams. I mean, if a change in politics occurs, in a change on let's say environmental conditions occurs, if a change in regulation occurs, what does it mean to the everyday's work of everybody on the team? And then we as leaders, we have to react quickly, concise and clear, implement a strategy so that we convey to our people that we lead and guide a convincing and motivating vision, how to go on, how to continue, how to implement the plan in order to be successful and continue on the market, and how we then create confidence that we will be able to master a challenge like something that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's a really great point. Some, as you say, some changes are completely out of your control, political, cultural changes. They often, you might not see them come in. And as you say, yeah, they're the ones that you probably have to react to more so than the technological changes, which sounds like, you guys try and encourage people to embrace those changes, almost predict those changes and try and deliver them and sort of drive them themselves. It's a really great approach.
Yes.
Perfect. Amazing. Okay, brilliant. So I've got another question for you, and that is, how do you approach challenges and setbacks in your career personally?
Yeah, that's also a good one, and I believe this is very important to stay focused on your career path, because the first thing is you have to accept that you will see setbacks in your career. I mean, it is logical that the more you progress your career, the more you wanna grow, the more and larger obstacles you have to master and to solve in the end. So what I've seen in my 25 years of tenure now in different industries, it is always good to make mistakes, really to allow mistakes to happen, because you can learn the best from mistakes. I mean, from own learning. And if you try to avoid mistakes, there is, for me, absolutely no way to improve yourself. So that's one of the point. Allow mistakes first. Accept the fact that you as a human being, you will do mistakes, and you have to learn from it. And a mistake is nothing that is something that should hold you up. Then I learned from role models. When I was progressing through my career, I always looked at people who set some kind of a standard that I wanted to become as well. I mean, I were looking at people that were high in the organization, that had a track record of specific things, successes, and those were people which I observed closely and said, okay, how do those people deal with setbacks? How do they accept challenges? So that's the other point. Well, then if a challenge in the first step, quite often we come to points where we said, well, crap, that's something that is completely new to me, and that's a challenge that I believe I can't master. The best way for me how to approach it, I try to find patterns in the challenge, right? I try to break challenges down into patterns, and I try to find out whether there is anything that is similar that I've already solved in the past, or if I know people who have solved something in the past. And then I start researching. I start, looking for, okay, that's an aspect of the problem that I'm not able to solve by myself. So I'm trying to find, in my organization, on the internet, the global network communities, I try to find people who can help me. So I'm not shy of not even accepting the fact that sometimes it needs a large team and not just myself in order to solve a challenge. So meaning I even admit to it. I mean, I go to people and tell, look, that thing is too big for me to solve. I mean, I need your help. And quite often you find out that the more people you ask for help, the more ideas you generate, the more you explain your challenge, the more in your brain you get acquainted to the problem, and you find solution strategies just by communicating, just by explaining other people what you're dealing with, and trying to find out whether people can help you. And then if people have ideas, start the out of the box thinking, right? I mean, if quite often we are strong as a team, and because everybody has a different point of view, everybody has a different mindset, everybody has different tactics how to approach challenges, and obviously has a different background in education and skill set. So be open to learn from others. I mean, even if you think in the first step, oh, that's a crazy idea, we will never make it happen. Try to adopt to any input that you get. Try to get the best out of it, and be open to say, well, I had an idea, but the other person had a better idea, right? So I tried in this way. So then that's the point how I address challenges, right? So, well, now talking about setbacks, right? I mean, everybody's career, regardless of how high you have, gone in your career ladder, you have setbacks. You have to recover from setbacks. I have had several setbacks. I'm not going to talk about any specific one, but what's important is, if you accept that failures and mistakes can happen, it's easier for you to deal without any emotions with it. So with it. So meaning, try to take the emotions out of the analysis, and look at the true reasons for why something has failed, and why you failed, and try to understand, is it really relevant for me? Sometimes people make you think something was a mistake or a setback, or you may think, but if you look at this from a let's say dispatched perspective a little bit, if you take the emotions out of that, try to find out whether a setback or anything that happened to you is really a setback. Is it really relevant for me? Sometimes a setback can open new doors, right? New avenues. You fail in one thing and one door is closed, which could be a setback, and then it opens up your view to other options. And I can only encourage people, if you think a setback is too big, try to think positive and look, what can I learn out of this setback, and which other avenues can open, and who can help me to recover from it? So don't be shy to accept any help that you can get.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think that's, having that, really strong mindset on approaching to sort of challenges and setbacks. I think, like you say, it's only going to create opportunity. I think from what you're saying there, to think positively about it, you're either going to get the opportunity to learn and improve, or you're going to, as you say, potentially find another avenue to take. And I think that's a really exciting almost prospect to sort of facing those challenges and setbacks.
Exactly. That's a good summary. Yeah.
Perfect.